a righteous protection.
What is going on, fam? Welcome back to the Allow Me to Make Your Game Better series. Today, we're going to talk about personality traits. Now, this year in 20, you can see you got some explanations as to what each of them does. It's fairly self-explanatory, but the main thing is how much. So as you see right here, who is this? Adam Cole, I think. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to start with Adam Cole. First off, egotistical. Confidence inspired by the superstar's own talent, motivating them towards big opportunities and to take any lengths to capture them. Prideful. The confidence inspired by the audience motivates the superstar to stand up to their opponent's offense, and they will return the favor when they try to bend or break the rules of the match. You know, what I did when I was going through and just deciding on what to do, of course, you go through each one, read both sides. Okay, who does that sound like? All right, Adam Cole, egotistical, absolutely. Okay, next, how much? How big of how big of an egotist is he? 100. There's no question. That's easy. Don't get into the mode of everything has to be 100 or not. Don't do that. Having everything on 100 doesn't really help anything. You need to have different heights for them. You know, it's like you can look down through this one and see. But you know, when you think about certain people, whoever you're working on, just think about how much. You know, everybody's not a complete and total egotistical maniac. Some of them are kind of egotistical, but they might even be kind of prideful. Don't feel bad for putting something on 0. You know, a lot of times when you're adjusting stuff like this, you think in terms of extreme. It's either all or nothing. And that's not always true. Now, disrespectful. The drive to humiliate competition makes the superstar likely to degrade their opponents by breaking the rules of the match with underhanded tactics. Respectful. The drive of competitive sportsmanship encourages the superstar to follow the rules of the match and to compete fairly against their opponents. Alright, so is Adam Cole disrespectful or respectful? That sucker there is 100% disrespectful. See, and even it's easier with somebody like him because you know it is all or nothing in certain things. But say you got somebody that's sometimes respectful, sometimes disrespectful. Wrong. You know, if you got a couple of them on 0, don't feel like, oh, well, I got to put it on something. You don't. Don't get that in your head. But if you had somebody that was, they fairly disrespectful, sometimes, you know, you might want to go 25. You might want to go 10. With me, I try to sometimes use them in increments, either 5 or 10, which is hard to do on 20 because, you know, it's hard to select stuff. Desperate. Motivation to win at any cost makes the superstar resort to underhanded offense when they find themselves at a disadvantage in order to secure victory. Perseverant. The determination to survive and overcome adversity drives the superstar to withstand offense that will put others down for the 3 count. Perseverance is one of my favorites. But that ain't Adam Cole now, is it? No. Desperate. The motivation to win at any cost. Him. Will make him resort to underhanded offense when he finds himself at a disadvantage. That's 100% Adam Cole. Easy. Treacherous. The selfishness of a superstar pushes them to abandon or turn on their teammates in tag team matches when success looks unlikely. Loyal. Camaraderie shared with other superstars reinforces trust and motivation between tag team partners to fight on the same page. Now, of course, Undisputed Era, Adam Cole is 100% loyal. That one's, cut and dry for him too. But you look at on the Treacherous side with certain people who aren't necessarily tag team wrestlers, who don't really fit in a lot in tag team matches. Or sometimes, you'll get the matches where two enemies got to be on the same team. That one is that's one that I would adjust, especially if you run a universe mode. I would adjust that based on what's going on in my universe mode with the people that involves. Alright, cowardly. The fear of defeat and loss makes the superstar likely to break down against challenges and to avoid definitive defeat. Bold. Determination to confront adversity pushes a superstar to face challenges and take on stacked odds without hesitation. Now you can look at this, and in Adam Cole's case, you could adjust that on down towards cowardly. You absolutely could. See, what you got to look at on cowardly, though, is the fear of defeat and loss makes the superstar likely to break down against challenges. You think, oh, well, he's scared, or how's that going to make him react in game? Look at the last part of that. To avoid definitive defeat. To me, and what I've seen so far, that is like, say Adam Cole's getting beat, and he just rolls out of the ring and walks off. You know what I mean? Takes the count out. That is what the last part of that description is suited towards. Like I said, with him, you can put that over there. I go with bold because I think about all them one-on-one matches he's had where he's gone the distance, and won the match on his own. Ain't been a lot, but that's what I base mine off of it. That's why it's only up to 47. Supposed to be 50, but you know how just the stuff on this game is. So I went 50 on bold. You could go 50 on cowardly. You could go 75 on cowardly if you want to. That's just up to you. Aggressive. The drive to crush opposition with force motivates the superstar to smother their opponents with unrelenting offense both inside and outside the ring. Discipline. The measure of composure in the ring drives the superstar to compete with deliberate patience in their traditional offense and defense while keeping the match in the ring. Adam Cole doesn't, during the course of a regular one-on-one match, isn't throwing him out of the ring trying to do high-flying offense and stuff like that. And that's really how I gauge the aggressive side of things. Like if I got a lucha, say Rey Mysterio, 100% aggressive because he dives out of the ring and things like that. Or that can also apply to those that like to drag their opponent out of the ring, beat them up, go for the count out victory, or in a hardcore match that could be effective. So it's, sometimes it's not a one-time selection where you're just going to pick it and leave it, especially with the universe, depending on who it is. You might want to go back and forth and change these from time to time. But that's pretty much personality traits. And a lot of them, you can tell, like egotistical. When you got that turned up, whoever it is, during a match, you will see they be out there flexing and taunting a lot more than usual. So it takes some trial and error, takes some research and development, some playing to get a hold of what does what. The real question, and it's just really can't be answered in terms of how much affects how much. You know what I'm saying? What number affects how much they're going to taunt and the egotistical slider. I don't know. There's just, I don't think anybody has got the time to really judge that. And even at that, I don't think will make a difference. But don't think in absolutes. Everything don't have to be 100 or 0. You can base things on different increments. Like I said, mine's typically 5 or 10. Try to keep it somehow in those ranges, because I feel like the game, and just notice stuff I've noticed from attribute adjustments and slider stuff, it seemed to function better off a half and a whole, 5 and a 0, as opposed to just random 36 or 42. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. But yeah, personality traits, adjust them. If y'all are interested in mine specifically, hit that comment section and let me know. And one day I'll take some time and I'll go through each and every one and show y'all what mine look like. So make sure y'all hitting that like button. Y'all know what it is. Keep it real. Live righteous.